welcome back to my channel. Today we will be looking at the Glam Shop Laguna Palette. Last week we had a whole swatch party on my channel with all the singles and all the palettes that I got as a gift from my friends. Definitely recommend you go check that out if you're looking to shop on glam-shop.pl. But without further ado, let's go ahead and learn more about this palette. I'll show you 3 looks with one palette and we'll talk about my final thoughts. Hey guys, okay, so thank you so much for clicking on my video. If you're new here, welcome, hello, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time today. I'm into makeup, luxury makeup, colorful makeup. I'm a luxury beauty lover. However, I love colorful eyeshadow looks, but I just love makeup in general. So if that's your thing, definitely consider subscribing. Hit notification bell to all because I will be doing reviews on all my Glam Shop palettes that I swatched last week. So definitely go check out that video. If you haven't subscribed, do that. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I hang out. It's so much fun over there. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I love the community that we're building. I love everybody here. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your time. Now let's go ahead and learn about the palette. The Laguna palette is a 9-pan palette that was inspired by the ocean. We've got some beautiful blues, greens, aquamarines, as well as some shimmers like the corals that we see there, which we could definitely find in the ocean as well. Now this palette is cruelty free and it has a 12-month shelf life. It retails for 19 and some change euros, but right now it's on sale for 13 euros, which translates over to about $15.84, $16 in US currency. They have a sale on many other palettes, and so I definitely wanted to get these up as quickly as possible. Now the site is a little bit tricky to navigate at first. I haven't purchased anything from there yet. All of the palettes that I swatched in my Glam Shop swatch party were gifted to me by a couple of friends here on YouTube. However, I have played around with building a cart on the website, and you can switch the currency to view it as dollars. It doesn't really change though, but if you also switch the site to Australia, everything goes back to English instead of Polish, and it's a little bit easier to understand. I do think that it's easy enough to navigate, and everything that I've seen so far I absolutely love. Again, this palette was inspired by the ocean. Those are the beautiful colors there. The mattes did take a couple times to go over the swatch to make it look opaque and consistent. However, on the eyes they blend absolutely beautiful. The shimmers, we have a couple of different shimmer formulas in the palette. We have a couple of flaky shimmer flaky shimmer formulas as I call them, and I'll tell you during the video how to work with those, how to manipulate them so that you get the best payoff and that they look seamless on the lid. Then we have more of a traditional shimmer formula there, and then of course the 2 matte formulas. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you 3 looks with this palette. I thought it was important to show 3 different looks because, you know, when you look at it right off the bat, you're like, okay, blue or green look. Like, how do I create different looks with it? And so that's what I wanted to do, give you some look inspo. I'm absolutely loving what I see. I mean, I got the most generous gift from my friends and I instantly started to build a cart because I just have to have more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the looks. I'll turn on the music and I'll show you 2 looks, and then towards the end, the last look I talk through because there's certain things that I've learned about the palette at that point. So I want to make sure that you stick around for that. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried the Glam Shop, what you thought of the looks, and what other color combinations you think that I can use with this, because I'm always learning so much from you guys. I'm gonna turn on the music and let's have some fun. Okay guys, so I am in my new home, and so the lighting is going to be a little bit off. I'm using natural light. So as I watch this back and in the future videos, I'll make sure and adjust as needed, but you guys know that a couple months ago when I used natural light, I really liked it. We're gonna go ahead and get into, I think, 3 looks. I think we can do 3 looks, and especially because this is a 9-pan palette, and so sometimes you look at it and you're uninspired because you just, you know, there's not a lot of color variation, right? We look at it and we think, we're probably gonna be doing like a green look, a blue look, that sort of thing. And so I wanna provide a little bit of look inspo for you, and then see, especially because the palette is on sale, if it's something that you'd like to purchase or not.
How do we get this low? You come over and we start a fight. Never know who's wrong or right. Feel nothing when you go. I know it's not intelligent, drinking for the hell of it, but that's irrelevant now. We should talk about us. How come we're holding on? 'Cause really I don't see the benefits now. And you've broken my trust, so I just wonder, why do I fall back to you? Really nothing I can do about it. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me, I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new, just a pastime. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why I still fall back to you. I should probably let you go. I know I can be cynical, make everything difficult, but it would take a miracle now to fix the problems. How come we're holding on? 'Cause really I don't see the benefits now. And you've broken my trust, so I just wonder, why do I fall back to you? Really nothing I can do about it. Why do I fall back to you? It's like you're a drug to me, I can't quit. It's not like we're still 22, trying something new, just a pastime. I don't think that we ever could work this out. None of it makes sense, there's no reason why I still fall back to you.
Okay, so I am going to throw on some lashes, do the rest of my face makeup so that you guys can see the total look. However, I just wanted to point out, like, you know, there's a lot of fallout here. I do think some of that is just me going in reckless with my nails because they're just too long. But another thing that I did want to point out is this shade here. Oh my God, you guys, it's so beautiful. Let me see if I can bring you guys in. It's so gorgeous and gold and foily. However, what I wanted to say is that when I started, like, and I kind of noticed this when I was doing my arm swatches, but what I wanted to say is when I started to like pick this up with my finger, it is like that formula, like the Flakies formula. And what I've learned about that formula is that what you want to do, just like the Artist Couture Diamond Lights finishers, what you want to do, and that's why I motioned to my hand, is you want to pick it up with your finger, warm it up, let the temperature of your body warm up the shade, and then I just started like kind of rolling it, or just kind of rubbing it onto the back of my hand so that it could warm up the product. And then there's that foiled wet look effect. But if you just put it on your lids, it's gonna go everywhere and it's almost going to sit on top of your lid. What you wanna do is you wanna melt it down a little bit so that it sinks into the lid. It becomes one with the rest of the look. And that's my experience with these type of shades. And once I did that, it worked beautifully. Like I said, the fallout and stuff, I think that's just because of my long nails. I just don't know how to work with them. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, and these are the first two looks. You guys, I mean, you guys already know my obsession with color is real. I am so impressed with the way that all of the shades performed. As soon as I finished my look, I did talk to you guys about like these flaky, glittery shades. I shouldn't say glittery, shimmery, you know, iridescent, like topper ethereal shades. You have to warm them up, and you know, you have to just play with the palette if you do decide to get it, because this is a flaky shade, this is a flaky shade, this is a flaky shade, but these two up here and then these two here are not. You get a lot of different formulas. You know, you have a couple mattes, you have these like flaky shimmery shades, and then you have the regular shimmer shades. So I think that it's nice because you get a little bit of everything. I love the looks that I created. I think they're so pretty. I think that, you know, to just kind of put something different on this smoky look, like when I went in and I topped it with this shade here, which you can't really tell. I mean, it's almost white, but it has like a light, like a blue aquamarine gold shift to it. There we go, you're gonna see the shift there. I mean, that really transformed that look, and I just love the way that it came out. Here on this side, I also love what I was able to come up with. I love the flaky shade there. I mean, as long as you know how to manipulate it and use the shade correctly, I think you'll be so impressed. My lids look so smooth, so flawless. Like, it just looks like all of the colors just seamlessly blend together, with the including this inner corner highlight here, which was the pink shade that you saw in the palette here. So I really love these looks. Again, I mean, these are bolder looks, these are colorful looks. I think they're so pretty for spring and summer, so I'm definitely gonna be pulling this palette out, which is fitting since it's a palette that was inspired by the ocean. The only thing that I do have to point out is they're not super powdery, but of course this one did have fallout, and I did see it here. It wasn't a ton of fallout, but it was fallout, and the color is so extremely pigmented that you have to be careful. I do recommend when using this palette that you do your eye makeup first, and then that you go in and do the rest of your makeup. Also, what I've been trying, which I think works really well in removing all of the glitter fallout that you may have, or shimmer fallout, is I will do my eyes first. However, I do apply face primer because it's a lot easier to go in with your wipe and wipe off the face primer so that the shimmer fallout can go with it than if it's stuck on your skin. So that's kind of a little hack that I learned about and I've been using, and it works wonderful when working with shimmer shades that you think may have fallout, or any shade that may have fallout. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put together a third and final look for you guys. This one's gonna be a little more subtle, a little more airy and light, and then we'll talk about my final thoughts. Okay, so we've cleaned off the first two looks, and now we're gonna go into the last and final look. I want to create something airy and bright, but light. Something that I think would be a little more wearable to somebody that is loving the colors in this palette but isn't too comfortable with bold looks like the first two that I created. So this is gonna be super simple, super easy. Let's just talk through it. I'm going to go ahead and go into this orangey shimmer shade here. I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty cream eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to go into the pan here like so. I'm going to spray it because I want a little bit of a foiled effect. So I think that would give me the desired effect. So I will. So pretty and so foiled. I'm gonna take it in like the first third of the lid. I don't know if you can see that, but that is so pretty. Wow, I really like that brush for that. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the middle portion of the lid. I'm gonna go in with just a little flat Cleona brush. Kind of looks like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the orange shade, but I'm gonna go into the pink shade. I'm going to go into the pan and then I'll spray it and lay the color down. And it's, as you can see, it's a very similar color to the orange, but it's got a slight hint of pink, so it provides a really pretty gradient that I'm looking for. That's really pretty. Wow, you can really see the little pop of pink. So they are light and airy, but they're very effective, so I love that. Okay, the next shade that I'm going to use is again this matte seafoam color, and I'm going to take it in my Sonia G Mini Booster. Perfect blending brush for hooded eyelids, and I'm just going to place it down like so, and then just very lightly blend around the outer V. I'm going to bring it in a little bit more towards the middle. So I'm not loving the contrast from shimmer to matte. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this middle shimmer shade here. I'm going to use the Rare Beauty brush again. I'll go over this matte shade just to create a foiled look all the way around. And it's got a really pretty gold flip to it. It's just so nice. Now I know it looks kind of weird, but we're gonna tie it all together in the end. Just trust me for 1 second. So we're gonna, wow. Yeah, so aside from warming up these shades on the back of your hand, as I showed in the first 2 looks, wetting the brush is also extremely effective with these shades, so just want to point that out. I'm gonna go back into the pink shade and kind of marry the two here a little bit better. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna go in with an eyeliner brush, and I'm going to go into the darkest color, Rafa, which is this deep matte here, and I'm going to tie it in with using this as an eyeliner.
You'll never feel the way I feel. You don't know if my love is real.
I'm gonna go back into the pink shade, and I'm just gonna run it down the lower lash line. And there we go. Very fun, light, airy look. I'm gonna put the lashes on, clean up the glitter a little bit, and I'll be right back. And here is the final look. I have to say that I'm not the biggest fan of this look, but that has nothing to do with the palette. It has to do with me and like the way that I combine the colors. I don't know, I'm not loving it. I do think that with the liner and the lashes, it did come together. I am loving these lashes, by the way, if you're interested. I'll link everything that I've used down below, but these are BH Cosmetic lashes in the style M205. So I just like the cat-eye look that it gives my eyes. This is the final look. Not my favorite look, but let's talk about the palette, which is truly what we're here for. So I wanted to say a couple things about this. I did share my thoughts after the first 2 looks, and I did tell you, of course, how best to use the flaky shades that are in the palette. Once you use them that way, or as we saw, if you wet the brush, they're gonna go on beautifully. My lids look flawless. There's no texture on my lids. It looks like everything is all one color, very seamless together. So I do love that. I will say that again, they're not super powdery like I've experienced with other shades, but these two are powdery, the 2 mattes that we have in the palette. This one does have fallout. The problem with that is that it's a very pigmented dark shade, so you know it's gonna stain under the eye if you don't clean it off correctly. I recommend either do your face makeup last, or when you're doing your makeup, set like a good layer of powder down so that it just kind of flakes onto the powder and you can just brush it away. Overall, the first 2 looks were my absolute favorite. I loved both looks. Definitely going to recreate those because it's just so beautiful. I would love to mix this or like match up this palette with like a really vibrant matte yellow. I think yellow and these colors here would look super pretty. You know, these flaky shades and the shimmers also have like a gold undertone that I think would make the yellow pop. So I'm gonna look for a vibrant yellow if I don't have one in my other palettes that I got. And yeah, I just think that it's super, super cute. It's not an everyday palette. It's for like a green, blue-green, aqua type of look, but I love it. You guys know that I'm here for the color, and so I'm absolutely excited to have this. Again, this was a gift from my friends, Dr. Ash and her makeup and Beauty and the Frizz, and so they just know me so well. Like, they know that I just gravitate towards greens and blues. Like, that's my thing, you know? So in my opinion, this palette is absolutely worth it, especially right now that it's on sale. Again, it's on sale for 13 euros. So it kind of translates to like $15.84, $16 in US. I would say if you're going to order from the Glam Shop, definitely make it worth your while, because there's a hefty little shipping price on that. I think it equivalates to maybe $26, $27, so it's not cheap coming from Poland. But in my opinion, from what I've seen, from what you saw last week in the swatch party that we did, I mean, absolutely worth it. I can't say enough about the Glam Shop. I'm so excited that I was introduced to them by my friends. And yeah, expect to see reviews of the other palettes that I received as my birthday gift from the girls, and you know, my individual thoughts and some look inspos on those palettes. Also, I would refer you to go back to the swatch party video, because it gives you swatches of all the palettes that I have and the singles as well, so that if you're looking to shop now, you get a good sense of what that would look like on medium skin tone, which is my skin tone. So definitely go check that out there. I will link it up here somewhere and in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited that I get to experience this brand on camera with you guys, and I just appreciate your time. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. Set notification bell to all so that you're notified of my future uploads with all of these other palettes. And go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll see you over there. It's a lot of fun, and I hang out there all the time, so go find me there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!